What was it like growing up in a Buddhist family?
Night crawls out when you're alone.
Kaila, 7 o'clock, you got 30 minutes.
Later. I'll wake up later.
30 minutes, come on, you're gonna be late. Let's go.
Ah! Okay.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Vai. No, tocchi, no? Tráete agua. Ay, tocchi.
Ma, you want cereal? You want Reese's Puffs?
Okay.
Okay.
Tocchi, off the table.
Oh my God,
Off the
Tocchi.
table. Off. Myoho renge kyo nyoda juryo hamda jura kuchiga taka buddha shaka shamaryo heksa manik saya soki jose myoho renge kyo nam 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 myoho renge kyo. See. Ciao, ciao. Ciao.
I had a really good relationship with my parents. I followed my mother everywhere she would go, like to bed, to the bathroom, everywhere. She used to call me her tail. My father is the more quiet type, but he shows his love by providing for his family. I have an older sister, Susan. We used to fight a lot, so much that my mom used to tell us that we were brothers, not sisters. And I have a little sister, Erica, who's 8 years younger than me. My family encountered Nam-myoho Renge Kyo in Peru. Someone told my grandfather that if he chants, he'll be happy. So he came home one day and told the whole family, from now on, we're going to be chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. My mom was 9 years old at the time, and every time she heard my grandfather chanting, she said she would just crack up. And we moved to the United States when I was about 10 months old, and we moved straight to Jersey, and ever since I've been a Jersey girl. My family used to struggle a lot financially, but we really never felt the blow of it. There was always love in the house, and we never, felt that we were missing anything. I think the love came everything, I would say, from my mother's Buddhist practice, from her chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo.
I think I would say I was a little embarrassed being Buddhist just because it was so different and my friends had no idea what was going on. Whenever they were over my house and they would hear a bell, they would just be like, is that a gong in your house? And I would be like, no, it's nothing. But I think in middle school is when I started really trying out this practice for myself. I don't know if I just say this, but I started chanting because of a boy. He liked this other girl who was actually my friend, and I would compare myself a lot to her. And so I just really chanted to be confident and try to be myself and be the best that I can be and not compare myself to other people. And I think that's when I started really becoming happy and really seeing the power of this practice.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be everything. I wanted to be a teacher. I love fashion. I love to dance. I listened to everything my parents said. When I was in 8th grade, that was a time when I met Kaila's father. He would say, jump, and I said, how high? And the type of crowd that he used to hang out with used to drink all the time, and they will skip school. I would skip school. I just started wanting to have fun and coming home really late at night. Everything just kind of fell apart from that time. I stopped chanting and just saw chanting as a chore. I didn't want to do a chore. I went from being a straight A student to just barely passing. Once I got left back from freshman year, I just lost hope. I felt like I couldn't redeem myself. I told my mother I wanted to drop out of school. I told her, no matter what you say, I'm not gonna go. So we had a meet with my guidance counselor at the time, and he said, if you quit now, in 1 month you'll be pregnant. I was like, not me. I was like, how can you think of that of me? And he was right. I was pregnant 1 month later. So things at home just got rough in a sense that my parents were very, very angry. So I kind of just stopped talking to them as much. I didn't want my parents in the hospital when she was born. It was one point I was just like screaming out of pain of labor. And as soon as it came in, like I shut up and I held it in just to let them know I'm okay. And then I told them they can leave. I just didn't want them seeing me going through that. I felt already they were ashamed of me having her, so I just felt like kind of I let them down. And especially because they didn't want to tell people that I was pregnant. It just made it harder. So it was just feeling shameful sucks. I just felt ashamed. When I first held Kaila, I was really confused though. Like everything just happened so fast. I don't know how I was gonna be able to do it all. For the first year, it was maybe just getting used to parenthood and not sleeping. But things started probably getting a little rough with her father when Kaila was 1 year old. He started using drugs at that point. So first it would just be verbal abuse, and then it would be physical abuse. It wasn't good. One night that it was a Friday, and it was really the first time I chanted to my own Kohunzan. And I just chanted that I wanted to transform my life and I wanted to become happy. I didn't want to be another statistic, a dropout, single mom, crazy baby daddy. I was just chanting to have a happy family. I just want something to change so bad. I was desperate. But even though I was chanting for a harmonious family, what kind of crazy happened is he told me he was unfaithful. So I got so pissed that I ended up like breaking up with him, and I moved back home with my parents. I had to take my life back into my hands. I continued my Buddhist practice, and I was able to get my GED. I started having a steady job, and little bit by little bit, I just started becoming closer to my family, especially to my parents. All of my best friends are members of the Soka Gakkai. They were the people that, no matter what I was going through, I called and like always encouraged me to not give up on myself. And I feel that's really what a good and true friend is.
I think it was difficult not having my dad around, also because I did grow up with him for a little bit of my childhood. So not being able to see him very often. Oh, I don't want to cry. Okay. I do think about him every day, and I chant for him, and I hope he's doing well. But because I had such a big family, like they never made me feel like I was alone. Like I really love my family, and they're so funny too. Like we always crack jokes at home and everything, and I really love my family.
She's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! She's married to the Muffin Man.
Kaila is an old soul. Very funny, herself, has a strong character, and sometimes more mature than I am. She's very grounded, very caring, mature, responsible young lady. I feel like we kind of grew up together. Like she helped me become a good mom, and at the same time, I try to help her become like a good person. Like I feel like I have a roll dog for life.
So good, baby, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine.
I always loved dancing since I was young. It will be like family parties, and I would just be dancing Spanish music. So I decided to start taking salsa classes about 6 years ago, and I never stopped. I never wanted to do anything on my own. So actually me going to starting salsa class like by myself was a big step. Oh my God, it just is a part of me. Like honestly, it's a part of me. I feel that anything's possible. Like just because I'm a mother, it doesn't mean I can't do everything that I love. Namyoho Renge Kyo, it means punching my obstacles in the face. It means it means to really just to be me, to believe in me, to be myself, to believe in myself, to be true to yourself. All of this good stuff.
I know what it makes me feel like. It makes chanting Namyoho Renge Kyo makes me feel confident and in control of my life, and really allows me to grow like as a person. And every time I'm feeling overwhelmed or sad, like I always have the Gohonzon to go to.
She's off to college next year. When I think about it, it scares me just to be away from her. But she chants Namyoho Renge Kyo, so I know she's going to be absolutely fine. I would say, don't give up. I would say, don't be ashamed of yourself. I think that's probably what I would say to myself.
Caleb gave a little message for you.
Okay.
You ready?
Alrighty.
Hi, Mom. I just wanted to say that I never knew how much you were struggling when I was growing up with Dad and everything. And I just wanted to say thank you for always being strong and always being there for me, and doing things like taking me out for ice cream and just trying to make me laugh and make me happy, even though it was a really difficult time that we were going through. I really admire like how much you have changed and how you're chasing your dream of becoming a salsa dancer, how you are so dedicated to pursuing your passion. I really admire that a lot. And I really like the relationship we have now. I could be so open with you, and you're always so understanding and compassionate. And just thank you for being an amazing mom and for always supporting me. I want to make you really proud of me. And I want to make you proud. And I'm just very grateful for you. Thank you.
So, I'm so fortunate. If I could just ask for anything in the world, I think I have it. Thank you.